Okay, we're gonna add you to the
What do
right.
I do?
There you go. Can you see it? So,
Hey!
oh, so goofy. Hey, now we need to. Now I want to go on to make sure we I see us. But oh, we got to talk. Welcome, 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 welcome to the Proud Mary podcast with what's your name, beautiful lady,
92 Stag.
and Monique J. We are the
Hello,
podcast that you.
everybody.
Hey, hey, we are the podcast that is gonna give it to you nice when we can and rough when we must, which we know sometimes
Yes.
we must because yeah, people just don't um want to get it nice sometimes. So, Stag, do you mind telling the people about yourself and who you are?
92 Stag. I'm a little bit too honest sometimes. I'm a little bit too honest the way I tell you stuff sometimes, but it's all in love.
All right. And what is your I could say your area of expertise, your area in which you like to talk on, speak on, educate on? Like what are your top areas you like?
Politics,
Politics,
Constitution,
Constitution.
rights,
Okay.
law, those things. Those are things I like to talk about.
Why do you think
I
that's
can talk about
important?
anything now. I think it's very important that because I feel like our Constitution is like the contract that we have with our government, right? We say
Mm-hmm.
these are the bounds that what you can do. So if you don't know, if you enter into an agreement with somebody and you haven't even read the terms and understand the terms of the contract in which you are in,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're doing yourself a disservice. And if you're waiting on the other person to tell you, then you're doing yourself a disservice.
Okay.
Especially when they politicians and they lie all the time.
Okay. I'm trying to see if where we show. Okay, we are. I'm trying to see.
And understand the terms of the
Okay.
contract.
Trying to see where we were showing live at. Um. Well. She is helping me. Well, I'm Monique J, and I am. My area of expertise is generally research, but I'm very strong in business, finance, and I'm getting more deeper and deeper into politics. I'm very strong in research, which is how me and Static really kind of connected, and I think we are the perfect little combination to each other because where I'm weak, she's strong, and when the areas that she's weak in, I am strong in, and we a lot alike but
Mhm.
different. When she
Mhm.
rough, I'm nice, and when I'm nice, she a little rough. And
Yin and
I'm sorry,
yang.
when I'm rough, she nice. That's what I'm just saying. When I'm rough, she nice. But we kind of blend it and do it together at the right time. And so our whole goal though is to just put people and give people information in areas that they generally um, don't research in, that they don't find out for themselves, and to just give some honest, truthful information, news on all kind of topics, trending topics, politics. It could be any area, but we can't count on that traditional media to be honest with us these days, unfortunately.
Right. It's
So with that
terrible, but
being
you have to
said,
be your own media.
hey Mary here. She said, hey lady.
Hey, Mary.
Um, welcome. You see, we trying this thing out, Mary. So what is you said you can't see no one? You can't see us? I can see us.
Let me go see.
Yeah, go from another YouTube. But I see us. I'm in let me see. Mary, you can't see us. This is our first stream, everybody. So you're gonna have to forgive us. We kind of getting the kinks and the quirks out. We're
Trying to
gonna
get the,
get
the hang of it. Yeah, that we gonna get there. So I was watching. Did you see that they tried to censor Stacy Black Plaskett
mm-hmm.
today,
Yes. And
and
they voted against it.
a lot of the Republicans became traitors and made a deal to
Mm-hmm.
save another Republican from censure, but I wouldn't care. He would just be censored if that's. And they had the majority, so they couldn't do it without Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not sure what that's about because I feel like I am sure. I think that I think that it's a lot of people in in this situation who will be uncovered with being involved in some stuff that they don't want to be involved in. I feel like they are protecting her because you know how it is when one chip fall, they all start falling like a
All the
domino effect.
dominoes, yes. Yes,
Yes.
all the dominoes start falling at the same time. I think that this has massively backfired on Democrats, massively. But
Mhm.
I don't hear their voters who were yelling all the time about Trump, right? And
Mhm.
and this is the thing that gets me is that they just say that he was in the files, he was mentioned, right?
Mhm.
And it was a bad thing that he was considered to be friends of Epstein, even though he wasn't, right?
Mhm.
It was well known that after his first um, incarceration, that Donald Trump cut all ties with him. But these people have been very friendly with him and communicating with him after that conviction. So they know
Mhm.
that this is a child sex predator, a child rapist. And they were asking for money. Stacey Plaskett was, because did you hear her on the floor?
Yeah, I haven't actually. I did her. When I say I fell out, her whole video that she has, I have it on my TikTok because I couldn't believe that she was saying the madness that she was saying.
Yeah, then he was just a constituent, and she didn't need anybody to help her quite. But you did take direction from him, and that
Hmm.
was more than that. Was kind of an intimate converse, like somebody that knows you. And I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm just gonna say this because I told you this the other day. I think that she was one of his girls. The way that he was talking to her,
Yeah,
talking about how she represented him. Are you chewing gum? And she like, not anymore.
and then you see her do this.
Yes,
She's like a scared child who
yes.
their dad was or they man or they
Mhm.
they PIMP
Mhm.
was checking them, and that's really what I feel like she did.
Hmm. And also, the other Democrats that are trying to say, oh, Jamie Raskin had given the speech and was talking about he was a constituent, and this okay, but and now anybody who takes a phone call is, now they're making all of these excuses for having contact with him where they weren't affording President Trump that same grace, right?
Hmm.
Just the fact that Jeffrey said that they were best friends, not that he was. He's not
Yep.
in any of these conversations. Like, these are people talking about him with Jeffrey Epstein, but they're not talking about the people who are actually talking to Jeffrey Epstein
Yeah.
about Trump. Like, Trump is not in these email chains talking to Epstein, asking him any questions, inviting him to dinners. Hakeem Jeffries.
Exactly. Ask like none of the stuff. That's why today, like I've been in different little areas and different rooms. It's like the conversation has switched. Now everybody's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm tired of talking about that. Why we been because y'all wanted to talk every time we talked about anything. What was the first thing people were saying? Where are those Epstein files? Where are those? No, let's talk about the Epstein
Yeah,
files. Now
yeah.
that you are reading and reading things, and then I think now the whole little dance around it is he's mentioned in there like 1,000 times. Mentioning somebody
Hmm.
in somewhere has nothing to do with what you all were originally trying to say. So that's the part that is really getting me. I'm not sure what these people are up to, what people are thinking, but I do know that if we don't wake ourselves up and we don't get just a little bit more aware in this day and time, we are going to continue to be misled by just only the information that people are feed that they feed us.
Right. Look, Mo, that's like if me and Mary were having a conversation and we mentioned you. What do you have to do with our conversation? You don't even know what's going on. You know,
Exactly.
like, but they mentioned Monique. Monique's name was mentioned 100 times,
So she
but
gotta
that had
know.
but that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
she
crazy
was doing
logic
what
that they have.
So, Stag, you sent me something
Mhm.
today.
Mhm.
You sent about, I think this article is about let me read the headline. It says appeals court panel molds 1 million penalty for Trump lawsuit against Hillary. Now, I think I'm not see. I have the ability to let's see.
Were you aware of that lawsuit?
No.
Okay, so he brought that lawsuit during his first term, the first time. And
Hmm.
it's a racketeering. He accused her and several other people of, because it came off of, I guess, the information he knew from the Russia thing, right?
Hmm.
Um, and a court tossed it out. And it was very, you should read it. It was very, but of course, they don't want to give him any wins. And of course, nobody wants to go after Hillary Clinton. Um, I have it. I don't know if I can go and switch screens to pull it up so I
You
can
can't
read
you
it.
can't
Read,
see it on
you
the
know,
screen right now.
what he was accusing him of. I'm talking about the lawsuit,
Oh, okay,
the
okay, okay.
original lawsuit. I did have it. I don't know if it's in this device, and I don't know if I can go look at it right now. If it's above my left. Oh, I can look at my phone. That's what I can do. Let me see. Let me see.
Work. Oops, I'm
Mm,
sorry.
mm, mm, mm. And I will let you know because he accused her of the whole Russia collusion thing. Mm,
I'm trying to make sure if everybody can. If you're in the chat, can you see this over this screenshot on top? I mean, of the article that we're speaking of. That we're speaking of. And so what are they? My question is, are they? Is he suing them for 1 million, or was he sued for $1 million?
no, I think they're trying to find him for it. I didn't get a chance to really look at it,
Okay.
but I know the lawsuit. So it's not in here. It's probably in my old laptop, girl, because it's from his first term. Ain't
That's
no telling what uh device that's in.
that's okay.
What is this? July? Nope, that's not it. But basically, he was pissed about the Russia collusion stuff, and he knew that it had
Hmm.
all come from her, and he sued her for it. But he also named how she conspired with a bunch of other people, and he was suing her. Since he couldn't get the since the DOJ was against him, the only way that he could do anything was civil court, and they
Okay.
rejected that. So I guess he's gonna bring it back, run it
And
back.
try to. I feel like that's what a lot of things are happening now. It's gonna be a lot of stuff where as people our eyes are starting to open, just you know how you got to circle back. You got to circle back to
Hmm.
the stuff that at the time when it was everybody was on this, wasn't really ears weren't open because they thought the stuff that we were being told was the truth. And then now, as we continue to, just push along and push along throughout the year, we are, learning that a lot of things that were told to us were not true and are not true. So it's like, okay, this didn't hit, just say, for example, in March. But now we are where we are now. Let me bring it back again in November, December, and see if the
Hmm.
American people now kind of understand where we were coming from with trying to share this information.
Right. And if I'm what I'm gonna do, I should have been more prepared, but I was so busy.
That's okay. We
But I will see if I can locate it, and I'll send it to you so that you can see what it was. I thought it was a great lawsuit, but again, he can't get them to, it's
hmm
crazy. But I also wanted to mention that one of the people who was named in these Epstein things is a man named Andrew Weissman.
Okay.
And Andrew Weissman he was a prosecutor in the DOJ and corrupt. Sidney Powell had written a book. and called him out many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the person who was behind the Mueller report.
Okay.
So he's always on like CNN. He's
Mm-hmm.
a guest legal analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the time, and he's tied up with. So what we're finding out is everybody who was coming out against Trump and accusing him of all of these things and telling you that he was the worst person in the world are the ones who were really buddy buddy with
Yeah.
Epstein.
But that's because that's what I always say. It's like the little shell game. It's like, hey, look over here, so
Hmm.
y'all don't see what I'm doing over here. And that's basically what they were doing. They were literally trying to, keep our minds on. Really, when you look at it, like the scheme of things, it's really. I'm not gonna say it's not important because, of course, anything something like that bad happens. But at this point in time, um, there is nothing that can be done, right? what
Right.
what can be done? And the statute of limitations is run. um he gone, so I mean, I guess they could sue his
But it's
estate.
the exposure because we need to know who these people are that covered this up for so long.
Yeah, oh,
That allow that, we
I'm
need
not
to know,
saying
and we need to
don't
know
get
to
the
let our
names
government.
out. Yeah, I'm not
Hmm.
saying don't get the names out, don't expose who played the parts that were bad in the situation. But I'm just saying, from the original onset, the way everybody was talking about it and the way everybody wanted, especially when they feel like it's Donald Trump, it's like they expect something to happen. You see what I'm saying? Like, as far as somebody get prosecuted, somebody, go to jail or any of these things. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but at this point, isn't it too far out? It's too many years for anything to technically happen criminally.
It depends on what the crime is. It depends on what the crime is because there are some crimes that don't have any statute of limitations on, and it depends on what they was really doing over there on that island. You know,
Sure.
and I would say that
Yeah.
one of the things is that they were hoping that if they could prove Trump's relationship with him or that he was a pedophile, then
Mm-hmm.
that would, because Democrats would move swiftly to get him out of office, even whether it's
Mm-hmm.
a qualifies to be removed or not. They would use that and market on it, run on it, and everything, and impeach him over that to get him
Mm-hmm.
up out of office. And nobody would be against that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, yet again,
Like I
the
say,
Democrats' plan has backfired. It's like watching the Coyote and the
yeah.
Roadrunner.
Well, yeah. Like something else. Something else. God dang, I still can't get him. I still, and he tried his hardest.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest with you.
All the times he said it blow up in his face.
Mhm. I'm trying. I have been wrecking my brain at this point for years. I still don't get it. Like, there are many, 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 as long as I've been voting and voting, how there are presidents I liked, there are presidents that I didn't like. But I
Hmm.
can promise you that my whole life and every day and if somebody mentioned them or whatever, I was not like in a space of such like hatred or disdain for who they were. And I really could care. I really didn't like Junior Bush, right? But I
Hmm.
just, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying?
I was
What's the
indifferent towards all of them. I wasn't as politically savvy then. So I wasn't really paying that much attention to it. So I was kind of indifferent about them. But I don't remember this because that was one of the things I told you that it woke me up to what was going to be because it was not normal to me that
hmm
after months after the election was over that the president was attacked so viciously. It just was
hmm
abnormal to me because usually that goes on during the campaign. Soon as the election is over with, yeah, because Democrats always cry foul when they lose, right?
hmm
But then once January is over with, it goes to governing Business
Yep.
as usual.
And that has not happened in this instance at all.
Mm-mm.
And that is what I'm saying. That's what's really weird to me. It's
Mm-hmm.
really, really
Because it's
weird.
not normal.
What you say is not normal.
It's
Welcome
not normal.
everybody. Look, we didn't even put the title good. We kind of just this is the Welcome to the Proud Mary podcast. If you know the
Welcome,
song,
welcome, welcome.
yes, if you know the song Proud Mary, by Tina Turner. She they say sometimes they have to do it nice and sometimes they have to do it rough. And so that is why we have this title, Proud Mary. We're gonna be giving you information. We're gonna be keeping it real with you. And sometimes we can do it on the sweet side, and sometimes we gotta be a little rough with you. We will as we continue to go along. We will be bringing up guests here and there that may have questions that we feel are experts in other areas that we aren't, and we want to continue to share. But our key goal is to inform, educate, keep it real, have some fun. We got some
And maybe
pieces of
eventually we can do some call-ins.
yes,
One day we'll
yes.
get there. We'll
What
have
is your
call-ins.
what is your little I ain't thought of mine yet. What's your little special your segment that you gonna do? What you calling it?
Oh, I forgot about it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I forgot about it. I forgot about it. But I'm sure I can have one. I'm sure I can
Oh, look,
come
we
up with
got
one.
people in here. You can't see it, but let me shout them out because I'm glad they're here. Hey, we got Mary. It's small if viewing and commenting on YT. Okay, well that's Thanos. Hey, Thanos. The good thing is having two ladies is one can address comments on TikTok and the other on Y. Yes, yes, Thanos. And then Jerry. Hey, he said hey to us. How y'all doing? We got our faves. I think Stag. Y'all can tell me. I think I'm streaming on Let's Be Honest on TikTok too. I figured out, I be playing around with stuff. You see that we said me and her got our sprung. That's me. I'm the techie, thick, crazy geek when it comes to that. So I think that's what I'm doing. Y'all tell me for sure. But we got is it Sweetness? Hey, hey, how y'all doing? She said, oh, Sweetness said, Stag, get that mic out your face. They trying to see your pretty face.
I'm trying to do my nails. I'm sorry for my nails.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
if y'all don't know, if
I'm
you've never
trying
been
to
on,
multitask.
Stag be multitasking while she is. You look, that's how you know your brain and you know what you know, because she could be doing 500 things. But let somebody start saying something she don't agree with. Y'all already know. If she is letting y'all know. So you didn't think of, we're trying to think of something. Of course, as you guys who know us, hey Jabbo. Hey, Jambo, y'all who know us, we're gonna come because, of course, we don't want us to be no boring YouTube at all, right? Because we is not no pieces of nothing boring. So we're gonna have little segments where we don't want to do. We're gonna say what is not well. What we want to call it? Where basically Stag will pick a topic or a scenario that's going on for the day, and it's somebody she wants to big up. We either want to big them up or we gonna big them down,
Oh yeah.
and then and vice versa as well as me. So we trying to think of a name for that portion of the show. If y'all got a good idea, definitely see. It's kind of gonna go in line with the Breakfast Club and how Charlemagne does the donkey of the day. We want to come up with something a little different, a different name, because of course I ain't taking nobody's name. We are creative enough to try to figure out, or got people in our lives that can do that.
Mhm.
But that's
There are some
basically,
people who deserve a good shout out too, so
yeah.
it
And
won't
then we're
always
gonna do some
be.
good things. We're gonna definitely we appreciate everybody who is coming in. This is cool. Look, Stag, we got us some good little live on the first day. But this is the Proud Mary podcast where we will be talking politics,
Mm,
culture, trending topics, little business, little finance, because the goal is to help us learn, get better, be better, and stop thinking that somebody else is in control.
I am going to find that video of Stacey Placid. She did an interview with, I want to say CNN,
When was this
and
recent?
yeah, after that vote.
Okay,
So it
hold
was
on.
probably today, sometime today that she did it, or this evening, and she was basically covering the basis of the questions that you have, right?
Hmm.
The fact that she was saying that he was a constituent, um, that she took money from him at the time that she took money from him. He wasn't convicted, and she's talking about 2019, right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
who didn't know that he was convicted in 2008, though, right?
Mhm.
So even though he wasn't convicted that second time, you knew that he was a convicted child sex offender the first time,
Hold on, I may be
and
able.
they didn't challenge her on that.
Let me see if I'm able to pull it up.
And I'm gonna tell you this: I was watching her in Congress, and I want whoever dresses her, her friend, her mama, her sister,
Whoever
her
doing this, I'm
girlfriend.
like, why is you in?
No, no, somebody needs to tell her to either put on a bra, and if she got on one, she needs to get a better bra, cause
Mm, okay, so
it was
let's see if
annoying.
I'm able to. Y'all gonna have to help me out here because I want to try to. Oops, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna try to do an overlay of this video if I can. Let's see, guys. Let's see.
Oh, look at you!
Don't mess with me over here. Okay, y'all. Look. All right. Let's see if we can. Now
First,
the
I want to
kids.
thank
Can
the
y'all hear me?
Democrats
That's it.
that we do in Congress rather than the political theater that has been happening. The files have been released, which I have been in favor of all along. And let's let the victims get their justice and let us get to the work of Congress. We've been on over a 70-day paid time off. Democrats have been doing
Because
town
of
halls,
y'all.
coming back to Congress. Republicans have been nowhere in sight. And the people of this country are in need of our support and of the work that needs to be done.
We know that Epstein had what, property in the Virgin Islands, right?
Yes.
What was your relationship with Epstein?
So Jeffrey Epstein was a constituent. He was a resident of the Virgin Islands, lived there, I guess, more than half of the year because he was registered there. I had received donations from him after the last investigation came out, which was after this texting. I gave any donations that I had previously received from him to women's organizations and did not have any contact with him. But like many constituents, individuals get your phone number, they text you about issues, they speak with you. I have spoken with him about issues that are relevant, things that are going on in the Virgin Islands and elsewhere around the country.
Right, but on that day that we're talking about, you initiated the text exchange at 7:55 in the morning. So why were you even texting with Epstein at the time? He was a known sex offender then.
Sure. I explain to people I've been a prosecutor for many years. And there are a lot of people who have information that are not your friends that you use to get information to get at the truth. This was 7 years ago, and people need to understand coming forward. Hush money, potential hush money that had been meals to keep her quiet about the allegations against Trump. We were entering a hearing. Lots of people were texting me. Lots of people were giving me information. And I find it really interesting and almost rich that the Washington Post took 30 seconds, one set of question line that I did, and say that Epstein was directing me as to what to question Michael Cohen. I have 5 minutes of questioning. I had a lot of questions, 20 years of experience that I had at the time, along with other information I was getting from many sources.
Okay, I didn't heard enough of that. Bull. So what?
Yeah.
What?
When she said that they had been on a 70-day vacation, paid vacation, and I said it's because of y'all, right? Y'all was on that 70-day paid vacation because of Democrats,
Mm-hmm.
you know. No
But
self-awareness, and then saying that it was a lot of people texting her and that they were giving her information. He wasn't giving you information. You were doing his bidding. He
exactly.
was telling you what to ask, how to behave, so
Again, that is just another a dance. What I call it's a dance. That's all she was. Just lies. And I can't see how I don't know. I just have never I've never been accused of being of being unintelligent. So I just can't see how people would hear that, even in what she was saying. Like, why do you need him?
This is
And
how you know that Democrats are not used to explaining themselves because they are horrible liars.
oh,
Horrible.
Mary just gave. Do you see the chat? Mary just said she said that Democrat rep charged
Oh.
with stealing $5 million in FEMA funds. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And all them people was out and they was telling them they was out of money and she done put some in her pocket.
Yeah. Or I know I can't wait. We're gonna have to dig deeper too tomorrow. But I do want to talk about or have you heard we got a little few minutes. Did you hear about the situation in Chicago with the kids jumping on the mother?
No. On
Yeah,
their own money?
they literally beat up, like beat up.
Why? What she
Um,
do?
I don't.
You got to be horrible for your own kids to whoop you up now.
No, other kids, not their mother, somebody else's mother.
Oh. I
And
don't know,
then
because when I was young, I was going to whoop somebody's mama, so I can't say that.
no, Stack. But
She said it.
yeah, it was a mother and son. Let's see. Hold on, let me get. I think I'm gonna be able to do this too. We can watch it real quick.
It's hard to watch. Children circled a mother, then pinned her against a fence. Dragging the mother and her son to the ground, continuously beating them.
These children are gonna have to live with this for the rest of their lives. And the children are our future, so it's not fair.
Police say it started when the 33-year-old mother, her young son, and daughter were walking near 106 and Bensley in the South Deering
Oh, that's
neighborhood.
my
A group of
neighborhood.
kids then started chasing after them, calling them names and taunting them. Both the mother and son were beaten so badly they were taken to a hospital. Word of the attack spread quickly on social media, causing outrage among many parents. One day after the attack, demonstrators showed up at Orville T. Bright Elementary School after some posted on social media threatening to harm the children behind the attack. Several police officers showed up blocking the entrance of the school to protect kids inside. Shanice Davis lives in the neighborhood and says she recognizes the attackers.
This is not the first time the kids have done this. You know, just talk around
So
the
they
streets
just a
that these
minute.
kids have pretty much been raising themselves and they have not been held accountable. They have vandalized cars. They have harassed adults and children.
To know and to find out even now that other families are affected by this. We're meeting families out here that their children been bullied and been beat on.
Chicago Police District Council member Joseph Williams was inside talking with the principal.
Okay, I'm gonna pause that because you know what's interesting.
Hmm.
Um, is that
They just been a menace
you
to
see now? Now
society.
you heard me. I said my name. Literally, I grew up. That's my neighborhood. Where I say that's yeah, my neighborhood. But you heard this is what I want. We don't have much time. This is what I want us to think about, and maybe we can get on it another on our next one. But this is a perfect
Mm-hmm.
example of we ain't heard much about this. When it's us doing something, we don't jump on it like we should. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Mm-hmm.
talk about it. We don't
We don't say
bring it
this is
out in the
unacceptable.
forefront. We kind of sweep stuff under the rug. But if it was somebody else that did that to our children, another race, we would be all over. You would hear about it everywhere. And I think of why not think I know that's a big part of why we ain't going stuff is going to continuously not improve and not change, especially when it comes to these children and stuff with these young people, because stuff happens. We shield them, we protect them, we protect the parents, and we don't call it for what it is.
Right, right. And nobody's coming out and saying this is unacceptable.
Hmm.
Because from what they were talking about, them kids is just a menace to the whole neighborhood. They ain't ran up
Hmm.
on the right adult yet, though.
Exactly. Look, when I used to teach, they used to be like, "I'm gonna get your mama." I used to be like, "Your mama ain't the only one that can fight." I was like, "Listen, shoot,
Go to call your mom so she get whooped up.
right, so she can get this here thing." And then when the students, they used to threaten me or whatever too, and I told them like, these walls protecting you from me, like it's protecting me from you. Just think about that.
Hmm.
But we are on our time, and we won't. So I'm gonna figure out how we're gonna do this, but we're gonna run down. So I would love for you to just thank everybody for tuning in our first one. Make sure and say what you want to say, and
Thank
tell people definitely
you.
share.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to our flagship show. It's only going to get better from here. We new to
Yep.
this. We trying to figure it out as we go along. Thank you for coming along for the ride with us. We appreciate you so much. And thank you. Love you.
Yes, and guys, if you have
I'm
not,
going
you
somewhere
sure you hear you subscribe and share out with your friends, share out with people. Let us build this up. It's
else.
always good to have positive content out here, growing content, and where we can talk a little bit more like adults because y'all know, we're sisters and co-hosts on our TikTok, but it's a lot limited there. So until next time, thank you so much for joining 92 Monique J
Mm-hmm. 92 Stag.
and we are the Proud Mary Podcast. See y'all later.